SADHGURU'S teachings.
I have a question. Never taken a sip of alcohol, right?
Hmm?
You ever taken a sip of alcohol?
Well, I don't need to because I'm always drunk.
Ever smoke weed?
I'm always stoned, you've not seen my eyes yet.
I know that. So straight edge. But I'm wondering, as a fellow person curious about life to the highest degree, or as you would say, seeking, how have you not had the desire to try?
So, see, you're living in a certain society, you think this is the only way to explore. I came up in a place where I made sure I'm not influenced by anything. Either whatever the religion around me, the family around me, the community around me, the politics around me, I made sure none of those things influence me. I keep telling people, see, I'm absolutely uneducated. They think uneducation means not going to school or college. No, uneducated means you did not pick up any ways of anybody's. You're simply the way. The life is… Because your life, everything else is assumed. If you have experienced the nature of life that you are and the source of life which is also throbbing within you, why would you try picking up leaves and weeds, son?
Aren't you curious?
What you know through the weed, I know a million X over that within myself. So why will I be curious about something like that? Do you play with the teddy bear every day today?
Yes, it does.
Why are you not… Are you not curious how it feels, the child loves it so much?
I went through the phase. I experienced it.
That's what, when you were a child it happened, right?
Right.
So I'm saying I grew up when I was 4.5 years of age.
I'm also a fellow curious person, and I had the thought process that I cannot die on this planet not knowing what a psychedelic does to my brain. I've refused. That's something I wanted to try before I died, and I did. And I'm just wondering, from a fellow person who is seeking, how that
See…
doesn't titillate you in some way.
See, the thing is this, right now, we're all sitting in the same place, breathing the same air. Probably we eat similar food. At this moment, what is happening within me, how I am, I will not exchange this for anything in the universe. You give me the world, I will not change it. That's how big it is. If that's happening within you, you won't go pick weed, that's all I'm saying.
So I'm curious because I'm lacking.
No, if weed or whatever else gave you a little experience, you must understand, weed cannot experience, it's you who experiences. Weed might have stimulated some experience within you. Whether it is stimulated from outside or inside is the only question, right? If it is from outside, it always has a flip side of negativity to it. If it happens from within, when suppose there was… see, people are drinking all… if there was no hangovers, if there was no liver burning up, whatever, they would be drunk all the time. If you could be too fully drunk and fully alert all the time, would you do it? Everybody, I would advise them, drink alcohol, okay? Right now, that's all I'm telling you. There is a way where you can be fully stoned and fully conscious at the same time. There is a lot of scientific research which says there are millions of cannabis receptors in your brain. You think they're waiting for you to smoke weed?
I don't know.
But they are there, that's a fact. So obviously, the system must have something to provide that possibility within the system. It is not that you have to go and pick something somewhere, it is here, because this is the greatest chemical factory. If you knew how to manage this, you wouldn't be in the back streets, you would make it happen here.
We are here at Salzburg, Austria. If you don't know what Salzburg is about, I'm sure you remember this. La 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 You know this, don't say it's la 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 la, no. You know what that is? Sounds of music, this is where Von Trapp family was, and Maria from the Neuburg convent was sent as a governess to this family of 7 children, and they lost their mother. And Von Trapp did not go with Adolf Hitler's Nazi philosophy, and he opposed it, so they had to leave the country. And later on, because they lost all their savings and wealth, they became choir singers, and they toured Europe and then on to United States, and they became a big success in United States. And finally they settled in Vermont in United States. But it is in this beautiful Salzburg that they started, and I don't think anybody from our generation who've seen movies can ever forget the tune and the whole joy of that movie, how it was made. This is where it all happened. Salzburg for you, Austria. This is where we are right now, the Save Soil movement. Let's make it happen.
There was a guru who went early morning to have a dip in the river. So his disciple went with his clothes, standing there, not wanting to keep the clothes down. As he was taking a dip in the river, he saw a scorpion floating on the water, struggling because scorpion is not a swimming creature. The guru picked up the scorpion. The disciple started screaming, "It is a scorpion, it's poisonous, drop it, drop it." The guru carried it towards the bank. He said, "It's going to sting you." Well, it stung him. The disciple started screaming, "I told you it will sting you, and you're still carrying it. Drop the damn thing." The guru just carried it. It stung him again. The disciple started jumping around with agitation. And by the time he brought it to the bank, 3 times it stung him. Then he let it go on the bank. The disciple continued screaming, "I told you 3 times he bit, do you know it's poisonous?" All this stuff. Guru said, "Wait. The scorpion is doing what it knows best. I'm doing what I know best. Just shut up and do what you know best." So similarly, we remain as dynamic as the virus. Very dynamic. It's doing its job really well. We must do ours very well as human beings. Scorpion in this life has no opportunity to evolve into a parrot or into an eagle or into a human being. No such opportunity for him. So he will go and do his stuff. You, possible 10% improvement you can do. Yes. How situation is going to be, how bad or good it is going to be, we don't know. We don't have to paint a picture that we don't know anything about yet. But the important thing is to be geared in such a way, whatever the damn picture, you will be a good part of that picture. That much we can do. Physically, mentally, emotionally, energy-wise, and our competence, another 10% improvement. Because the price that you're paying for something very simple, like you have emotions about everything. Somebody says something, you will become like this, somebody does something that you don't like, you will become like that. Now, once you have this, you don't know what it's costing you in terms of your life. It is taking away the very possibility of your existence. If we consider what is happening because you have no control over your thought process, no control over the energetic system and your body, the physiological, psychological, emotional compulsions are completely taking away the possibility of being human itself for most human beings. They are still you know, taking themselves backward in evolution, operating out of instincts and compulsiveness. I'm saying 10% improvement if you do, in your experience it feels like you've gotten enlightened. Others may not still see that way, but you will feel suddenly, wow. Yes, to change the patterns of your thought and emotion, just the online program will do. If you imbibe the essence of what it is, which is very simple, any fool can get it. That's the kind of language it's been spoken in and presented. If you get 10% of the online program, 10% improvement in your balance and stuff will happen. It's that simple.
SADHGURU'S teachings.
Levitation. See, now I'm levitating. See? How could it happen? Is it what you're asking, or is it possible? Is it possible? It is possible. How does it happen? There are many ways, or there are certain ways through which you can become less and less available to gravity. There are certain practices, certain kriyas through which you become less available to gravity. Because of this, one may levitate, it's possible. Or when your kundalini raises with tremendous force, one may not levitate, but you can see one's body just taking off by itself and landing. It doesn't stay there, but it takes off and lands, takes off and lands. If you make a little effort, without any effort it's happening, but if you make a little effort, with little effort, when the energy is high, it happens. You must have heard of… you heard of Mayamma? Lady saint in Tamil Nadu, Mayamma, you heard of her? Nobody knew where she came from, but it looked like her features said that she must have been a Nepali. But she never spoke. She was in Kanyakumari, the very tip of southern India. Her friends were always dogs. She had a whole band of dogs behind her. She was so involved with these dogs that she would steal food from hotels. You know, in the small hotels they kept all these vadas and other things. She'll just go grab it and put it for her dogs. So many times people even physically handled her. People would beat her, throw stones at her, because she grabs food from everybody and gives it to the dogs. She never spoke. Then people found certain times when people went and watched her, she would be just floating on the waves of the ocean. She would just sit like this and simply float. So because of that, people stopped bothering her. They would protect their food, of course, but they wouldn't abuse her physically in any way because they saw her floating on the ocean. There are many ways you can make yourself less available to gravity. Can I do it? I want to walk on the planet. I have no intention of floating. Certain people who follow the path of Hatha Yoga usually do these feats. It is of no life significance. Now, if you float or if you levitate for a few minutes in a day, in what way does it alter your life? Our whole effort here is that you can walk through life very much on the ground, but you can walk through life no matter what happens with your life. No matter what kind of situations you face, you go through life untouched, still like a child as you were born. How many things happen in your life? It doesn't matter. How many things go wrong? Everything goes dead wrong. Every day is a crisis, but still you go untouched through life. This is a miracle. I would all of you to perform this miracle. On your deathbed, if you are like just born, that means you have performed a wonderful miracle of going through life untouched. That's possible. So, we are interested in performing that miracle. Floating in the air, walking upon the water, what will you do with it? 3 days if you walk upon the water, it'll be fine when you get all the attention. Every day if you start walking upon the water, nobody will look at you. They'll all take their speedboats and they'll go. Then you will also wish you had a boat, isn't it?
It is time, one thing that you do, one thing that everybody who considers themselves some kind of sadhaka or a seeker, one thing that you must do to yourself is, you are absolutely truthful to yourself. If you're also truthful to everybody around you, you will get other kinds of benefits with people. But I will not go that far right now. With yourself, you are 100% true. Otherwise, all kinds of tricks keep happening. To be truthful to yourself is not an easy thing because there is lifetimes of habit of simply bullshitting yourself. And of course, you've gone through much religious training, many of you so you have a very sophisticated way of bullshitting yourself. And you have got it endorsed by certain authorities. Hello? It is endorsed that this bullshit is good. A guest came to Shankaran Pillai's house. And being a South Indian man, down south, Pillais come from further down south. He was carrying an umbrella, which is common thing. In Kerala and southern Tamil Nadu, to carry an umbrella is a very common thing because rains can be very heavy. Then they walked out, he took the guest out, then it started raining. But Shankaran Pillai did not open the umbrella. The guest said, "Why don't you open the umbrella?" Shankaran Pillai said, "I'm sorry, the umbrella is full of holes." Then the guest asked, "Why did you bring it?" "Well, I never thought it'll rain today." A whole lot of people are like this. They think somebody else has to catch their lice. This will take a long time because someone else catching your lice will take lifetimes. You must catch them. You should not let your chickens pass. To become 100% straight with yourself, it'll take a certain amount of application. But if this one thing you do, asatoma sadgamaya, this piece of life will work for sure, 100%. Then figuring out a few things is very simple. For that I am there. If you just fix this one thing, that you're 100% straight, no any kind of deception. When there's a hole in the umbrella, you know there is a hole in the umbrella. You will never forget that there is a hole in the umbrella, okay? If you are like this, rest of the work becomes very simple and easy.
1,000 years ago, India contributed to the world in terms of 53% of the world's economy was India. 500 years ago, we were about 26% of the world's economy. When the British left us in 1947, we were 3.6% of the world's economy. Today, we have risen to 6%, but as a population, we are almost 25% of the world's population. We must at least achieve this 25% of the world's economy in the remaining 5 to 10 years. If we do not do this, we will keep our people subjugated forever. We are at a unique time, that is for the first time, for the very first time, we have the necessary tools, we have resources, we have the capability, and we have the technology to address every human problem in this country and the rest of the world. This generation has a unique opportunity that we can move about 600 million people from one level of existence to a completely different level of existence in an incredibly short time. Because we have all the means in place, the only thing that is missing is an inclusive consciousness among the people. And this is going to be the fundamental challenge, that we will not identify with little identities that we have around us. We will not demolish them either, because you cannot demolish that, but a larger identity of the nation. The youth of India today has this tremendous possibility, responsibility, and a privilege in front of you, that you could change the way people live in this country. We have had a whole lot of people, almost 3/4 of this nation's population has had such a bad deal. Such a bad deal, a large part of them are still in an extremely bad situation where about 29 rupees is wealth per day. When we're in such a situation, we have an opportunity to change this, we have everything in place. Only you and me have to get into place, that's the only thing that's missing. To make India once again a glorious nation. When I talk about glory, I'm not talking about the economic or the military prowess of the nation, yes, that is also needed, but more than that, India should embrace the world like a garland. India is capable of bringing a new level, new paradigm of success into the world, a new paradigm of what it means to be successful in terms of bringing human well-being. We have the necessary technologies and the wisdom to make this happen. We have to make this world a beautiful place, not by conquest, not by capturing, but by captivating the world.
SADHGURU'S teachings.
I just want to know one thing. When you feel really hurt by something or someone, a situation, people, or whatever, how correct or incorrect is it to move away despite making one attempt to try and clarify things?
When was the last time somebody stabbed you with a knife? They never did? Okay, when was the last time somebody poked you with a pin at least? No? They ignored you. This is not nice. So when you talk about causing pain, someone else can cause physical pain to you. They can injure you. That's different. Mentally, all pain is caused by you and nobody else but you. Somebody is doing what they like to do and you get hurt.
No, but should we choose to walk away from
Will come. First of all, why are you hurt? That's all I'm asking. If you start doing that, you'll be walking away from everybody, because everybody will hurt you. There is no such perfect human being who will not hurt you. Everybody will hurt you. If you're waiting for that perfect on the white horse knight, there is no such man, believe me. You can believe me, see, I've been around for long, There is no such man or woman who is perfect. I want you to look back and see, today you're in Gujarat, so here there's a big celebration about Krishna. I'm saying even such a man, not okay for the people who are there. So there is no perfect human being anymore. So they do not hurt you. They're doing what they know best. You're getting hurt, isn't it? Unless they're poking you with something. They're poking you with a dagger, you must move away. You shouldn't be there. But they're saying something. Why are they saying what they're saying? That is the best they know. Yes or no? You don't like to be in an atmosphere, not because it is causing pain to you, because certain atmospheres will not allow you to be effective. I want to do something, in a certain atmosphere, it'll not work. So I don't want to waste my energies there, so I'll move elsewhere. But not because they're going to hurt me. They're going to shoot at you, you must move away. Otherwise, why?
As the word Guru suggests, Gu means darkness, Ru means dispeller. Dispelling darkness. How to dispel darkness? You cannot kick the darkness out of a place, because darkness is not an existence by itself. Darkness is just absence of light. When we say light, we value light because it brings clarity to us. If there was no light, you cannot see clearly. Where there is light, you can see clearly. So what you actually value is not light, it is the clarity that it brings. If you were an owl, I said only if you were. If you were an owl, then darkness would bring clarity to you, light would be very disturbing and blinds you, which is true for many creatures in the wild. For them, darkness brings clarity. So essentially, it doesn't matter in what stage of life you are, what aspect of life you're addressing. The most important thing is that you want clarity about it. You want to be able to see it the way it is. Whatever it may be, whether it's a simple physical thing like a tumbler, which somebody is not able to see, or mystical dimensions of life, you can deal with them properly, you can deal with them sensibly only if you have ability to see it the way it is. Seeing things the way they are, seeing everything the way it is clarity. If you very clearly see what is the nature of your existence, right now, somebody is telling you, you are not the body, you are not the mind, you gathered this body, your mind is agreeing with it, but still, this is me, that's you. Experientially, it's not true.
So if clarity comes into this experientially, if clarity is brought into you, when pain comes, when disease comes, when physical suffering comes, you definitely wish you were not that. It is not about what you wish, it is not about your reactions to situations that you face or suffer. It is not at moments of compulsion what you see. It is in moments of utter clarity, what you see is what really matters with life, if one wants to move ahead. If you look at your experience of life, suppose you're in a dark room, you're not able to see anything. Suddenly you're alone. If it lights up, you feel the world is with you. Nothing has changed. Everything is the same way as it is. Just because you can see clearly, the world has changed in your experience. So this is my work.
Sadhguru, I wanted to know that when we are silent, still we feel that mind chattery, which always bothers us, and our thought always shifts back to past and future imaginations, which will not be any of output. How to get rid of?
A whole lot of thought about this thoughtlessness. Thoughtlessness, no mind, these kinds of terms have been propagated all over the place. And these terms have been badly misunderstood and made into all kinds of things, and people are striving how to stop my mind. It took millions of years of evolution to get a mind of this kind of capability, isn't it? Millions of years of tremendous amount of nature's work that today you have a mind of this kind of scope. And now you want to stop it. Why is it that you want to stop it? If your mind was constantly producing absolute pleasantness for you, would you think how to stop this mind? Would you? No. It's producing a lot of unpleasantness. That's why you're thinking of how to stop the mind. This is the first thing, wherever you go in the world, this has gone so much into people's mind. If you tell them you meditate, they say, but Sadhguru, I'm not able to stop my mind. I said that will happen only after you stop your kidneys, liver, heart. You stop all these things, then the mind will also stop. Do you want it to stop? No. Then why do you want the mind to stop? Why do you have such a horrible prejudice against the mind? You don't mind if your heart is beating, you can meditate. You don't mind if your liver is working, you can meditate. Your kidneys are functioning, you can meditate. If your brain functions, you can't meditate, what's the problem? You seem to have something against intelligence, isn't it? This is the conspiracy of the stupid against human intelligence, that to meditate means your brain must be frozen. You don't have to freeze your brain. We were looking at this yesterday itself. We will initiate you into Shambha. Simple process. There are many ways to do it, this is one simple way. But it's a powerful process. If you sit here, you will see your body is here, your mind is somewhere, who you are is somewhere else. Once there is a space between you and the mind, then what the mind is not doing, what the mind is doing is not even an issue. It is like you're stuck in the traffic jam. You're struggling through the traffic. That's one experience. Suppose you are either standing on Chamundi Hill or you're floating in a hot air balloon and look down at all the traffic. very peacefully. Traffic. Why? There's a distance, isn't it? When you're in it, traffic is a different experience. From really high up there, sitting in a hot air balloon, you look down, you can't even hear the sounds. Looks wonderful, traffic, isn't it? Yes or no? Because there's a distance. So once there's a distance between you and your mind's activity, mind is not a problem. Mind is a miracle, it is not a problem. And anyway, if thoughts are going continuously, if you're having a mental diarrhea, obviously you ate some bad food, isn't it? Yes. If you're having a physical diarrhea, you ate some bad food, isn't it? If you're having a mental diarrhea, you are obviously consumed something wrong. What this wrong thing could be is, the moment you identify yourself with something that you're not, then you're finished. Your mind is a continuous runs. There is no other way. Do what you want, try as hard as you want, it is not going to stop. If you do not identify yourself with anything that you are not, you know how to be with everything, you know how to use everything, but you're not identified with it, then you will see if you sit here, simply mind will be like this. If you want to use it, you can use it, otherwise it'll be like. Right now your hands are like this, or you're holding it tied up because it'll go all over, is it? No. You can keep it like this. You can keep it like this, you can keep it like this. When you want to use it, you can use it. So it's a useful instrument. Suppose your hands become like this. You know, some people have become like this. Yes or no? If it becomes like this, you will become ridiculous, isn't it? If it happens to your mind, also you're equally ridiculous. It is just that you are living in the comfort that nobody else can see it. But people can see. Watch you closely enough, they can see it, isn't it? And whether they can see it or not, that's not the point. The point is, the most important faculty of your life is out of control. Doesn't matter whether they can see it or not, that's not the issue. The issue is, the most important faculty in your life is out of control, doing its own rubbish all the time, not doing what you want it to do. So, if you have to be freed from this ailment, you should stop eating bad food. Wrong food or bad food means you're identifying yourself with things that you're not. If you sit here, if you're not identified with this and with this, then you will see everything is just fine. Then your mind will do what you want it to do. Otherwise, it will simply hang there, and that's how it should be. Mind should not be telling its own stories all the time. It should tell the story that you want it to tell, isn't it? Otherwise, it's quite a nuisance.